Gubernatorial candidate brings his campaign to the Ohio Valley.
Another comfortably warm and dry day today, but there are some changes for the weekend. I'll talk about those in my forecast coming up.
News 9 is everywhere. This is News 9, live at 5.
A Brookside woman shot and killed. The alleged killer appears in court this morning. That's our top story tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kate Davison.
And I'm Rich Pierce. The man accused of killing Amy Butler was arraigned in Belmont County Western Division Court. 36-year-old Rudolph Galbraith Jr. appeared via video conference before Judge Eric Costine. The judge read the murder charge Galbraith faces. If convicted, he faces a life sentence with the possibility of parole only after 15 years and or a $25,000 fine. He remains in jail on a $1 million bond.
Did purposely cause the death of another, that being Amy Butler, in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02, an unclassified felony.
He is accused of shooting and killing 37-year-old Amy Butler in her neighbor's driveway on Driggs Lane in Brookside early Thursday morning. Officers with the Harrison and Tuscarawas County Sheriff's Departments worked with Ohio State Highway Patrol to search for Galbraith, the alleged killer. These are pictures taken from the Ohio State Highway Patrol dashcam video of his arrest on I-77 you just saw. We'll have much more coming up on News 9 at 6.
Democratic nominee for governor Rich Cordray was in the Ohio Valley for a series of campaign stops. News 9's David Singer caught up with the gubernatorial candidate in Martins Ferry and has more now live in Studio 9. David.
Kate, thank you and good evening. It's one former Ohio Attorney General facing off the current Attorney General. The latest campaign push from Rich Cordray is focusing on health care. Cordray was in Martins Ferry this afternoon to accept the endorsement of United Mine Workers. They said they're supporting Cordray because he would stand up against right-to-know laws that would make it more difficult for union workers to earn a living. Cordray, in the meantime, is localizing an issue that's been in the national news, the potential for the White House or Congress to remove pre-existing conditions as a consideration for health insurance. Cordray says he wants to implement assurances for pre-existing conditions at the state level in Ohio.
We have the Medicaid expansion right now that Mike DeWine would take away if he has his way. 700,000 Ohioans would lose their health care. I, Rich Cordray, stand up for that expansion. That means people who are in the system and won't end up coming into the emergency rooms with costly problems that we all will end up paying for. I think that's the right direction for this state.
Cordray also talked about the two scandals going on in the state legislature, ECOT and the payday lender lobbyist going on there. We'll go more in depth on those issues later tonight. For now, reporting in Studio 9, David Singer, News 9 live at 5.
The Steubenville Water Department needs your help to conduct new annual water safety tests. Water is a necessity, but do you know what's in yours? News 9's Jamie Baker tells us a few things you need to check out.
Kate, the Steubenville Water Department had been required to test city water for lead and copper every 3 years. Now they have to do it annually. And in order to make things easier on them, they want people to know what kind of pipes they're dealing with. You know you have pipes throughout your house, but do you know which type of pipe you have? And do you know how safe it is?
What we're looking for is what they refer to as Tier 1 sites, which are lead service lines.
There are a few main types of service lines and pipes. First, there's plastic.
So if you have a plastic pipe, you could have, generally in fairly newer homes, you don't have a worry with this.
You could also be dealing with steel pipes.
Generally, this would have threaded connections. It's screws together, in other words. That could be one type.
Older houses may see copper pipes.
Has no lead, but there are limits for copper. However, we've never had a exceedance above the action level for a copper.
And then there's the one you need to worry about, lead.
Very heavy material. It's kind of malleable, and this is the one that is of greatest concern.
Lead is a problem for a few reasons, health issues being the biggest concern.
So if you're an adult, basically it's high blood pressure and kidney problems can result from high lead concentrations. In children, it's a big deal because they have educational socialization kind of things.
Because homeowners in Steubenville have to provide their own service lines, the city doesn't keep a record of the materials they're made from. So the water department is offering some help.
We can sample it as a part of our sampling regimen. No cost to you. You get a copy of the results. Help us out, let you know whether you have any lead.
Now, if you think you may have lead pipes, the water department has a way to coat the inside of your pipes to prevent the water from touching it. If you want them to come test your water, the information is on our website, WTOV9.com. Live in the News 9 newsroom, I'm Jamie Baker, News 9 Live at 5.
Jamie, thank you. A Barnesville hospital healthcare worker is recognized for his accomplishments by the state. News 9's Brittany Grego has the story.
Joe Jeffries has been named the Healthcare Worker of the Year, largely for his creation of a program to help those struggling with addiction.
I am honored to get an award to represent the state of Ohio, represent Barnesville Hospital for the state of Ohio.
Joe Jeffries is the pharmacy director at Barnesville Hospital, recently awarded by the Ohio Hospital Association for his work in the community and at Barnesville Hospital. He collaborated with several other organizations to establish Addiction Services of Eastern Ohio, an outpatient drug treatment center, a one-stop shop for addiction care.
So the patients can come in here and actually go through withdrawal with withdrawal medications on a daily basis. Once they get through that and they continue to meet with a counselor, we can get them to what they call MAT, or medication-assisted treatment. And then we use Vivitrol, and that keeps them clean.
The center also offers counseling, mental health treatment, and more. Jeffries hopes it can provide a solution to the problem, and he suggests everyone read a book written by the keynote speaker at the association's award dinner.
One of the main speakers was Sam Quinones, who wrote Dreamland. And I'm sure a lot of your listeners have read that book, and if they haven't, I plead for them to do it. It's one way to, everybody wants to know why this happened, why 60,000 people a year are dying, and he explains what his theory is.
The center has seen about 100 patients since opening. They hope to continue to help more people. Reporting from our Belmont County newsroom, I'm Brittany Grego for News 9.
You're taking a live look right now at the Holy Trinity Greek Fest in downtown Steubenville. Tonight is your last chance to go. There are vendors, live music, and authentic Greek food. The festival ends tonight at 9 o'clock, so don't miss out. But there's still plenty to do this evening on 4th Street. The Dean Martin Festival continues with impersonators and music at the Spot Bar. And tomorrow, the hometown celebration takes place all day long.
Severe weather Team 9 coverage for you now as we take a live look outside through the lens of our tower cam in Moundsville.
A clear day heading into Father's Day weekend. Let's turn things over to Severe Weather Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter. Kevin.
Yeah, once again, you don't have to pay extra for the sunshine that's filtered by those high thin clouds. Not that the filtering does a whole lot for us, but again, those high thin clouds are coming off the tops of thunderstorms way off to our north and west, and we'll have to keep watching to make sure those don't move in. I've reduced the chance of rain for tomorrow down to 10%, keeping it at 20% chance for Sunday and Monday. So rain not impossible, but looking pretty unlikely for those 3 days. Current temperatures between 79 and 83 degrees. We had the dew points climb up a little bit yesterday evening. They've settled back into the 40s and 50s for the most part, though Parkersburg is getting close to that muggy zone at 58. So still a warm but comfortable day today. The early warning live Doppler 9 radar showing no precipitation in the area. Satellite radar composite, though, shows those high thin clouds streaming in from the northwest. And again, with a northwesterly flow in the atmosphere and the potential for showers and storms to develop that direction, we have to kind of look for anything to come at us from that way as we go through the weekend. Winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, so not terribly breezy. Our weather headlines then mainly dry this weekend. If there's going to be a shower or storm around, it'd probably be Sunday and not tomorrow. It will be becoming warmer and more humid. In fact, by the time we get to Sunday, look for highs around 90 and dew points getting close to 70. That's a pretty potent combination. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Coming up on News 9 Live at 5, a big announcement today about Jamboree in the Hills pre-party. Who's headlining next?